Life is a garden. Everything we do, our actions, words, and even thoughts, are seeds planted into this garden. Some seeds grow into vibrant, fruitful plants that bring life to everything around them. Others grow into weeds, choking out the good and leaving destruction in their wake. But what's important to understand is this: Earth still operates as a garden. It has since the beginning, when God designed it to be fruitful and multiply. This principle applies not just to plants, but to every aspect of life. Whatever you plant, you will eventually harvest. As Galatians 6:7-8 says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life." The soil of intention. Before planting, any gardener knows the soil must be prepared. This preparation is key because even the best seeds won't grow in bad soil. In the same way, your intentions are the soil of your life. Everything grows from them. If you're doing something for selfish or low vibrational reasons, like giving money just to boost your ego, that's like planting in dry, rocky soil. It might look like growth on the surface, but it won't last. On the other hand, when you act with love, generosity, or kindness, your seeds are planted in rich, fertile soil. These seeds grow deep roots and produce fruit that nourishes not just you, but others as well. The soil, the why behind what you do, determines the quality of your harvest. Planting for the flesh versus planting for the spirit. Let's also talk about what you're planting for. Are you planting for the flesh, or are you planting for the spirit? When you plant for the flesh, when your actions are focused on selfish gains, temporary pleasures, or material rewards, you might see a return, but it's fleeting. It's like planting fast-growing crops that look good but don't last. These things satisfy for a moment, but they wither and leave you empty. However, planting for the Spirit is entirely different. When your actions are driven by love, faith, and alignment with higher values, you're planting seeds that have eternal significance. Even though we can't fully comprehend what comes after this life, the spiritual seeds we sow now will bear fruit far beyond what we see here on earth. Just like a farmer planting trees that will outlive them, planting for the Spirit has long-lasting effects that transcend time. The importance of intention. Think about a farmer preparing for the season. They don't scatter random seeds without care. Every seed they plant is chosen with intention, based on what they want to harvest. In the same way, you must be intentional about what you're planting in life. Are you sowing seeds of love, peace, and generosity, or are you planting selfishness, anger, and pride? Farmers plant with the expectation of a harvest. It's not wrong to expect results, but the kind of results you get depends on the intention behind the seed. If you give money to someone, but only do it for recognition or to feel superior, that's like planting weeds. You might get temporary applause, but it won't last, and it won't bring you true fulfillment. But if you give with a pure heart, out of love and a genuine desire to help, you're planting seeds that will grow into something lasting. Patience and cultivation. It's also important to understand that planting seeds takes time. Farmers don't plant and expect to see crops the next day. Growth is a process. It requires patience, care, and consistency. The same is true for your life. If you're doing things with the hope of instant results or recognition, you'll likely be disappointed. True growth takes time. It happens beneath the surface, often in ways you can't immediately see. Acts of love and kindness might not bring immediate rewards, but over time they build trust, relationships, and opportunities. Just like a seed planted in fertile soil, your actions need time to grow into something meaningful. Final thoughts. Remember this: planting for the flesh yields temporary rewards, but planting for the Spirit produces eternal fruit. Earth still operates as a garden, and the seeds you sow today, whether for the flesh or the Spirit, determine the harvest you'll reap tomorrow. So take the time to prepare your soil. Plant with intention. Be patient as you nurture what you've sown. And trust that, just as in a garden, the work you put in will bear fruit, good or bad, based on the seeds you choose to plant. The question is, what are you planting? Are your seeds aligned with what you truly want to grow in your life, or are you planting things you'll later regret?